What is up, guys? James here from Light of Rigel with another tarot video. Today I want to focus on what tarot means for me. Now, tarot means a lot of things for a lot of different people. In fact, for every tarot reader, you're probably going to get another example of what tarot is. But I want to share what my version of tarot is so that maybe you guys can get to know me and my style a little bit better. But before we get into that, I want to show you some of these crystals here that we got working with today. The first one is lilac lepidolite. Let me get some light on this subject so you can see a little bit better. It's artificial light, but this is lilac lepidolite. Has lithium in it. So when you hold this in your hand, particularly during meditation, you feel very soothing, very relaxed, and kind of happy. And look, it's got some great sparkles in there. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but this is a beautiful, pretty heavy piece, and I love it. And then, of course, we got my sodalite sphere, which I have for every tarot reading. This guy doesn't go too far from this tarot table very often. And we also have chrome tremolite. Ooh. This one's from Afghanistan, and this is great for meditation. If you're the type of person to meditate, then I highly suggest you pick up a chrome tremolite. Try it out. You put that on your third eye or your crown chakra, and you will just melt into the meditation. You'll be gone for hours and not even realize it. It makes an hour feel like 10 minutes, and it's just very relaxing. All these crystals here are very relaxing and soothing. So that's why we got them here today, helping me out on this video. But let me get into what I think tarot is. Now, to most people, tarot is bits of cardboard paper with pictures on them. I mean, essentially that's what tarot is. The actual physical aspect of tarot is just nothing special. It's just a bunch of cards with some pictures on them that express the human condition. But what makes tarot special is when you put them in the hands of someone who's connected to their intuition. And what I think tarot is using these cards that tell a story through pictures to communicate with your higher self, the part of you that exists on a soul level, on a different dimensional density. A lot of people say that the higher self exists in the fifth dimension, so it's a much higher density than what we experience here on Earth. And I've taken many steps. I've tried very hard to, be in touch with my higher self so that I can have this open communication. That's my favorite card, is the Sun. Oh, I love this card so much. That's my card right there. I love the Sun. Not this one in this deck specifically, but across decks, the Sun is the card I associate with a lot. But anyway, what was I saying? So, yes, a connection with your higher self is absolutely mandatory, because that's what tarot is. You're communicating with your higher self, who has access to information that is on a higher plane of reality, basically. And let me shuffle. I like to shuffle. I feel the shuffling is very soothing and it helps me get in touch with my higher self. So basically, when I ask the tarot a question, I shuffle the cards and I ask the tarot a question. It's very important to choose a question that's clear and concise and really gets to the heart of the matter that you're trying to get into. I ask the tarot a question, and what happens is I kind of go into a semi-meditative state, and I kind of just, slow my breathing and try to get rid of my thoughts. And what'll happen is basically I'll go on autopilot. So I'm not even thinking about anything. I'm just letting my body do what it's doing. And my body will arrange the cards in a certain way so that I get the answer that I'm wanting to get. And that's my higher self basically taking over. That's why it's so important during tarot readings to just be very calm, very centered, very relaxed. And meditation helps a lot. I find that the days I don't meditate, the cards are very hard to decipher. But on the days that I do meditate, things come easily. And so my higher self will arrange the cards, and then the cards will be displayed. And let's ask a question while I do this. What question should I? How about I got a spread for this. What are my guides trying to tell me right now? What is my higher self trying to communicate to me at this time? I got a nice 3-card spread for this, so that's what we'll do here. And we'll shuffle it up, and I'll take some deep breaths. And my higher self will arrange these cards in such a way that I get the answer that I really am hoping for here. Not that my ego mind's hoping for, but my higher self is basically communicating through these cards. I mean, you could communicate with your higher self through meditation, but this is just another way to do it. And it's an easy, effective way. And people love tarot. I love tarot. It gives you answers in a time when you feel like you really need some. So I'm gonna shuffle one last time. I like to shuffle a lot. I'm a shuffler, guys. I shuffle and shuffle until I feel the perfect time is right, and that's when I strike. Oh, we got one flying out here. Whenever a card flies out, I like to set it aside because it might mean something. So we'll come back to that and see what we got here. So this is a 3-card spread. Okay, it's not even on camera, excuse me. I'm still getting used to this whole YouTube thing, guys. Bear with me. Got the Hierophant there. And, alright, so let's see here. We got the 5 of Swords. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. And we've got the Empress. So let me... Okay, so this first card is the issue that my guides are helping me with at this time. And the 5 of Swords is telling me that I have a lot of ego thoughts. A lot of my ego mind wants to be competitive or combative, or just wants to just really make sure everyone knows that I'm right. You know what I'm saying? My ego mind wants to just be on top, be dominant, and dominate other people. And as you can see in this depiction here, the guy with the 5 of Swords, and the swords representing thoughts, ego, mind, a lot of time, communication too. There's just been a battle of some kind, and I've come away victorious, or whoever in the green is victorious, but it's a shallow victory because it's not lasting, because when you're fighting with other people, everyone loses. So I think the guides are trying at this time to help me with, really harnessing my ego thoughts so that they're working for me rather than against me. And, I have that in me. We all have that in us, the desire to be right, the desire to influence other people, just be, dominant of other people. And, you know that feeling of when you're right and someone's wrong, you feel good. And that's something that we all need to release because it doesn't serve anybody. We need to live from more of a heart-based perspective. Okay, this middle card here, the 4 of Pentacles, represents the message that my guides want me to know at this time. And Pentacles represents earthly, physical things. And I think what this is saying is that I'm kind of holding on too much to the physical in this world. Maybe thoughts of finances, thoughts of security, having food, shelter, clothing. They're kind of things that I dwell on a little bit too much, and I think my guides are saying that if you dwell on these things too much, then you're gonna miss a lot of important things, such as what your heart and your soul is trying to communicate to you. So it's good to have a focus on these things, but if you get too focused on them, you can start to covet these things and start to place too much importance on things that aren't necessarily that important, so like money, like shelter, like food. I mean, they're all important for survival, but when you focus so much energy on them that becomes your entire reality, then you're not a well-balanced person. So I think that's what my guides are trying to communicate with me at this time. This card here represents how to communicate more clearly with my guides, or what I can do to have a clearer communication with my higher self and with my guides. And the Empress is about abundance and prosperity and happiness and being secure. And I think what I need is I think this card is telling me that I should really be aware of how lucky I am, how abundant life is, how much wealth and prosperity and happiness is surrounding me at this time. Like, we don't realize it because we're so caught up in this rat race, but we have everything we need. We have all the food we could ever want, all the water, all the shelter, everything that we ever need is given to us, and we just have to realize it and be thankful for it. And I think that's what the Empress is saying, is if I'm more appreciative of the things that I do have, then I can raise my vibration and be happier, and which will allow me a better connection with my spirit guides. So it's all about raising your vibration, being happier, being more grateful for what you need or what you have already, so that you can allow what you need to come to you. So I think this is a great card. It's a major arcana as well, so I think this is basically telling me to be appreciative of everything I have. And then we had this card fly out, the Hierophant, and this card is about spirituality. It's about religion. I'm not a religious person, so I never look at this card religiously when it comes up for me. But I think this card is, giving us an overarching statement, and it's kind of showing. I see 2 people here listening to the knowledge that this spiritual man is giving. So I'm getting the kind of the sense that I should be, sharing my spiritual knowledge with people. And guess what? That's what we're doing right now. I think that's a great card to come up. I think, it's a give and take too. So, I'm sharing what I know and in the hopes that some other people will share what they know with me and we can all grow together. And that's kind of the hope of this YouTube channel, that I can interact with people who are magical and just in touch with themselves, and we can share, we can give, we can take, and we can all raise our vibrations and our level of consciousness together. So I think this is a great card for the overall theme of today and of this channel and of this whole experience that we're on. So basically the gist of what I wanted to say today in summation is that what just happened here in this reading is I asked my higher self, my soul basically, which exists on a higher dimension, and I asked it to communicate with me, and I asked it what it's trying to tell me and how I can improve my connection to it. And it just basically told me what kind of flaws I have, a message that I need to hear, and how I can improve that connection. So that was a great reading. Tarot just told me that I'm using my ego mind for negative purposes, and I need to stop that if I want to go to the next level. I need to stop coveting the physical. I need to put less emphasis on physical things, money, wealth, that sort of thing. And I have everything I need to be happy and to be secure. So this is a great reading. Thank you, crystals. I appreciate it. Chrome tremolite, guys, you guys got to get you a piece of this. I never hear anything about this crystal, but this chrome tremolite is absolutely fantastic. It's got one thing about it is don't breathe it in. Okay, this has what do you call it? The stuff they put in the asbestos. This has asbestos in it, so you got to be careful with this crystal. But who's snorting crystals anyway? Don't snort crystal. That is the message of this video. The overall message is no snorting crystal. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Leave a like if you did. Happy taroting. Peace.